Hello, greetings. A little bit late tonight. It's like almost 12. So, yeah, there's a webinar on Sunday night, and I'll send out the emails maybe tonight. Just as a reminder, so those that are submitting to the chat, feel free to submit. I mean, I wasn't going to do a makeup, but I was like, might as well. And those that submitted questions to the site, ivantar.com or Spirit Social, give me some. I'm still catching up to everything, so might be Monday. I should be able to catch up. Hopefully by Monday I'll be able to catch up for the most part. So yeah. Apparently, I'm not sure how some of you slept last night. I was up and down last night, and then I wake up and hear about the London. What happened in the London bombing? So let's see. That's terrible. So I didn't know this happened last night. I just couldn't sleep for any, I slept, but then it's like you're awake for 2 hours. You don't know what's wrong. I didn't feel any negative energy or anything around either. But yeah, this is terrible. Yeah, so unfortunately these things are not fun. And also, this is Jose, and it looks like it's going to hit Long Island. Who knows? This thing might power up to send our energy to those in its path. Who knows what the future holds for this weather? I mean, we have until the end of November, so we have some things out there right now. Great. 8% chance of cyclone formation. Great. Usually it's around like 10% or, it's not very, I've been keeping more of an eye on this stuff recently. When Irma showed up, I looked at this every day. And I just couldn't believe where it was heading, right for the Caribbean. Because when Irma, I felt it was going to go, at least in the early, it felt like it was going to go up to South Carolina. But then it wasn't 100%. Nothing ever is. So anyway, and this sucker looks like he's going to transform. Great. That's all we need. Well, it might go in this direction, but still, it just never ends. Because usually these are like 10%, 5%, and 30%, then they turn into nothing. But it looks like that's going to turn into something, so send your prayers out. Yeah, anything it's all in the unknown at the time. I can't predict. These things aren't really meant to be predicted. Sometimes they are, but you're really, we have to learn. We have to go through what we're here to go through. So, just the way it is. I don't have anything else really, messages or anything. Send our energy to London, Houston, Florida, and thankfully, well, at least we didn't get the blunt of the hurricane hit, but still, it's a scary storm. So, air conditioner has been removed. Yeah, now it's duct tape that has replaced it. The window won't come down. If I keep messing with it, it's not going to be pretty. So hopefully, if it does come down on its own, well, it might not because the way it's set up, but it might stay there forever. So I'll have somebody look at it eventually, but the thing is not moving. And I'm not a handyman, so just get up putting tape up. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Get some Gorilla Tape. That thing will never move. So anyway. Can't go wrong with Gorilla Tape. That's not Gorilla Tape. It's duct tape. Duct tape, not duct tape. Anyway. So anyway, yeah. So that's a problem child there. And luckily, the idea during the storm was to pull the air conditioner out during the storm. Would not have been a good idea because the window would not have closed. So anyway, pain in the ass. All right, we're going to connect and see what we got going, what the universe has for us. Also, if you're new to all this, SimonTower.com. As I said, I'm catching up on questions, but also you can find out what my availability is. One about your channeling abilities and one about your aliens and ghosts. I have gift cards, easy to purchase, other methods of purchase. Up here is the calendar. You know my availability, and also is Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, and by phone. Everything is recorded for your purpose. Yeah, the Skype recorder is doing good. The quality of the video is not great, but Skype is a tough one for recordings. Okay, I also have submit a question. And there's other connections here, and that one kind of went away. There we go. So the reason these are here is because Spirit Social, if you can't get through that, and also you have easy payment. Also, you have what is this? iPhone and Android apps. It's just for your convenience to see what's up. Of course, I didn't schedule the webinar. It doesn't matter. But anyway, you also have Spirit Social. These are my services: mid-question healing, past life regression. Message from Yeshua, 5-minute healing, channeling, consulting. Is that their methods to book a session. Also has spiritual connections one day. One question from a day, chakra healing from a day, soul painting from Stephanie, and angelic Reiki from Miguel. So this all helps the site, helps everything keep going, keeps the project going, or keeps messages going, however you want to word it. I also do have announcements eventually, working on the graphic novel stuff, and I have like a couple of things going on. As part of the awakening, things of that sort, I came up with another project. I can go into a little bit here. Not have to go into too long, but I have project number 1. The artist is sick, and I didn't know this at first, but he's in Nigeria. It's on Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and he I didn't know he was sick before, but he didn't go into it, but he has an illness. Not life-threatening, but some people are just sick all the time, and he apparently is in that category to a certain degree. So I wasn't aware of that, so I was going to have this whole project give it to somebody else, find somebody first off, and try to find some people, and they're not getting back to me, but whatever, that's fine. Just as well. Because I changed my mind on that. It's like, I'll just keep it with him. I hate to move it from him. And he's doing a good job. It just takes forever, but it's all right. Anyway, it felt right in the beginning. And it does seem like it's going. It's like I'm looking for direction here. And I got a direction just to leave it be. Project number 2, that is the one with the AI Big Brother type of. That one's the script is finished. I just have to go through it again. I have an artist in mind. I already contacted, going through the process. Should have something soon. Well, yeah, a mock-up. I have one cover made up for project number 1. I'm not in love with it, but we'll see. Just the way it goes. So I'm probably going to create a Patreon. I mentioned this earlier. To see the progress. We get the prices low on that if you like to see what's going on. I'll still put, it's all just a page for, if you want to see the duration, how's it being created, stuff like that. It'll be $1, and it'll go up to $5. It won't be anything. I'll have a little bit more expensive stuff here and there because this is pricey stuff when you go into it. So if you want to help, and I'll give back somehow. That's the thing. I got to figure that out. So anyway, and have another project. I got project 2. So number 1 is kind of on hiatus. So I got project 2 in the beginning stages. Project 3 is kind of taking over project 1. So this kind of goes into the Patreon thing. So if you can see the progress, should attract more new viewers. That's basically the idea behind it. And this one, project 3, I'll go into super detail, Has, I'm not sure about aliens, but has elementals in it. It's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland type of thing. Okay, it's kind of like Alice in Wonderland, Beetlejuice kind of mix, but without all the darkness of Beetlejuice, but kind of the imaginary world. So that's what's. This one kind of came to me just on a whim. It's like it's kind of speaking to me quite a bit. So I think this one should be pretty interesting. I don't know. It's like a whole another animal. It's short. It's going to be 22 pages. The AI one, the project 2 is going to be like 36. So it's on down on budget. So that's where this one should be pretty fascinating. It's going to be weird. The project 2 is going to be weird. It's going to be a good weird, but weird. It's kind of about imagery of like, some of the stuff that's been channeled basically to a certain degree, like elephants, talking houses and stuff like that. So more an elemental bind to it because the aliens, well, it mentions it, but nothing that, like, if that goes into a series, who knows? It can. Who knows? So that thing just came out of nowhere. So give it kind of an idea of what's on. That should have some little bit more detail next week. Should be if no more hurricanes are coming through. And right now we got a whole week with hurricane free. So who knows where that other one's going to go. So all right, give you kind of an idea what's on the. Yeah, it sounds like a lot, but it's not. It does, but it really, I'm backed up because of the hurricane stuff, the power outage. But it sounds like I got a lot on my plates, but not yes and no. So anyway, I should be able to catch up on everything eventually. Let's see. So, all right, here we go. Blessings above the channel. All right. Okay, this one might be a short one. We'll see. All right, one moment. Greetings. I am Michael, sending you energy and understanding of your reality. You have already heard this, but continue with it. Many of you opening up a new dimension, a new way of life. And to do so, changes must happen. Not necessarily you have to have weather anomalies, but your world is going into a transformation. A transformation where it's not necessarily third density is going to become, yes, uneasy. There's going to be no financial collapse, but the life is going to start becoming uncomfortable in certain areas. It is only because some individuals wish you not to change, but realize even those that are connected to the third dimension, most likely they will stay in the third dimensional ideal system. Yes, it will shift slightly, but many are not ready for a fourth dimensional world. They are slightly but they are being educated of the fourth dimension and fifth dimensions. Ever so slowly, but they're still getting used to the third dimensional bodies. You'd be surprised. As there's still a lot of fulfillment, understanding of third dimension, they still need to discover. And no one is here to take that away from them, as you can see. And if you try to do so, you know what happens. You get your head bitten off in some regard. But for the most part, many of you of the awakening group, the community of awakening, will become more sensitive more connected to the universe, and more or less in this third dimension. Yes, you will understand it more. And also as you lift the veil of fourth dimension, as it slowly eases in to certain individuals, as you become more of a healer, a telepathic, a just one of life, of a higher density, you're also, yes, causing some anomalies, but not necessarily in a negative way. It's like the teachers are here to teach. And some of these anomalies that are happening, some are part of it. Not to be negative, but to be one to change realities. And I imagine many of you feel that. You're not here to be a negative force. Yes, some things will happen on this world because change is inevitable. As for every generation, it's always change and it's never easy. This change is much different than what you have experienced in other lives. So this one is your Atlantean, Lemurian, and much more. The knowledge that is so deep written within you as you know these worlds are coming back to life. The knowledge of these places have been forgotten, seen as myths, seen as not even existent. But they exist with you, don't they? Don't you feel you have the blood of the Atlantean or blood of an angel? All of this is very strong with you. And don't let anyone take that away from you. Of course, you don't have to listen to me. You do it as you want. But you know who you are. At least if you don't, you know what direction you wish to go in. That is of a positive light, for the most part. And in those of a negative light, they are here to bring lessons, different points of view. But they are going to the fourth dimension also. And yes, they are a little bit hard to deal with. But that is part of the growth here. And it's much needed. You need that balance. It cannot be positive. You have to have both. So as you go into the fourth dimension, some are going to make it uneasy, as you can see. They have some of the negative are actually more of a fifth and sixth dimension. You'd be surprised. But yet they have a strange way of showing it, as you see. But it's all part of the balance of energies. That is much needed here. Yes, this is a small group, but a group that much wants change. You welcome it. Just have an understanding that you are all here to work together. Yes, some of you have darkness within that you have to search through and let out if you wish to do so. But you still the master. If you have negativity, you need that negativity for a reason. We are, even as angels, we're not here to take that away from you. Yes, if you must explore it, please do explore it. We're not here to nitpick anybody or to name call or anything like that. Experience what you have to experience. That's what this world is all about. But yes, the mask of your reality is shifting greatly. And yes, many of you will become teachers of the higher dimensions. Not to say you are better than the third dimension, it's just you have had enough of the third dimension as you feel. And it's time for a major shift, and it will continue on. And these weather anomalies, the terrorism, it's all part of the awakening process. Sometimes in some areas, I know it's going to be hard for some to experience, to hear. Some of these terrorism situations happen, it's leading you to where the darkness is. So it happens so you can find the darkness and to heal it. It is not ready to be healed yet, but eventually it will be. It just, I know it's a little bit hard for some to realize, but it's not ready to go away. At least the terrorism energy is not. Because of the monopoly of low vibrations have their plan, but realize you know that plan also. You just don't remember it. You're all part of the plan. You're all where you need to be. Even if it is very aggravating where you are, which is for many is much. Yes, what happened in this London is very heartbreaking, And we are assisting the souls always. But also we're assisting souls to see more clearly. Are the police there to are they there to protect, or are they there to enforce more of these terrorism acts? How do you want to perceive it? Many have trouble believing that. But much of your police energy there is not necessarily to stop these things. So you must look at this much different. Your London is very much like your California in some ways as a laboratory. Every place is a laboratory, but they are testing out in certain areas, such as your California and your London, of where to strike next, unfortunately. But your California is more of a chemical warfare on your planet, as you can see. And yes, when any type of government says they're going to be spraying something, such as your Houston, such as your chemtrails, this is not a government that's on your side. If they would tell you exactly, first off, they would. Even if you were against it, they are not going to listen. I mean, there's some that say, please spray us, and others is like, no thanks. You think they're going to, yes, they're not going to stop anything, as you can see. This is not exactly a government that's on your side, which will be understood by your human reality eventually. It does not matter what side you vote on. It does not matter. There's always agendas. Your humanity is being played constantly. It's for you to release this manipulation. Many are not willing to do so. They don't believe of what's truly going on in this world. They're not ready to receive the truth. They push it away, as you see. That's okay. Then they must continue this. But that doesn't mean everyone has to continue it. If you wish not to be a part of it, you can release it. Yes, you'll be affected in some ways, but not by the fear. Yes, you will be going through these weather anomalies, but you won't have the fear as everyone else does. You'll have a different perspective. You'll send out healing instead of fear. Send out force fields of energy. Dimensions, where there's a more positive timeline to connect with. Helping others connect to those timelines. Words help humans connect to a more positive timeline. Single words do that. Just a word of hope, a word of love is probably a better phrase. Can help individuals connect to more of a positive timeline. I've said enough here. Blessings to you. Much healing. Understanding. Yes, you are all guardians of the galaxy. So much more you do not know. So much more to be found. Blessings. Oh yeah, I remember. I forgot to mention. Before the storm showed up, I received a message about the future Earth. When Earth becomes a sun. I'm not sure how that works. So obviously, when the Earth cycle is finally finished, basically, this is a long time in the future. And it will be moved out of the solar system, taken wherever it needs to be. And I'm not sure if it would be a big rock. I don't know. Either way, it'll be added to it'll become a sun somehow. And everything that we're experiencing now, future, whatever, will be sent out to those worlds. And they will hear it. They will experience it. It's fascinating. They will just absorb it, what we have been through here. And it tells you how realities are built. It's fascinating. It's like when I first felt that, it's like, when I got the message, like, what are you talking But definitely, I do see that. It's just it's crazy from our point of view, but it is quite fascinating, you know, because my third, you know, we're just like children here, children perspective, right? Kindergarten level perspective. But when you look at the higher perspective, it makes a lot of sense. So, so worlds like these, I mean, suns are developed in different ways, and this world eventually will become. It says become a sun, not absorbed by a sun, become a sun for solar system. So it's very fascinating. Yeah, aliens are involved with having it moved, and blue Arcturians, Elohim, much more. So it's pretty fascinating. I want to share that. All right, blessings, everyone. Take care. Have a great weekend.